One of the most important reactions in the history of chemistry was discovered around 1910 by Fritz Haber, German chemist, who combined nitrogen and hydrogen to make ammonia. Well, why was that so important? Because ammonia could be used as fertilizer or combined with nitric acid to make ammonium nitrate, also fertilizer and also a potential explosive. This changed the course of history. Basically, it gave rise to the Green Revolution, where millions of people who would have starved to death now had plenty of food to eat. And of course, it also had an important role during the First World War, when the Germans were able to make their explosives from ammonium nitrate, whereas the Allies had to rely on bird droppings, believe it or not, guano, for the extraction of nitrates. In any case, you've probably heard about ammonia. You know that it's in some cleaning agents. You may even have smelled it. And boy, once you smell ammonia, you will remember that smell because it is the fragrance of smelling salts. That's available today as ammonium carbonate, as you can see. That's the ingredient in smelling salts. But you know, even before it was available like this, swooning women would be kind of brought back to life by smelling ammonium carbonate. Where did it come from in the 1800s, the Victorian era, when it was very, very common? Well, believe it or not, at that time it was made by what we call the destructive distillation of the antlers of red deer. Well, these red deer at that time were called hearts, and heart oil was something that was very commonly available. You'd sniff it. It was basically ammonium carbonate and had this sort of scent that brought you back to life. And in those days, swooning women were all over the place. One of my favorite books is The Woman in White, and that was written in 1859. And believe it or not, there are about 6 references in that book to swooning women, women who had fainted, generally for not very much of a reason, who were then resuscitated by ammonium carbonate. Because indeed it is an interesting smell. And because we like to be at the forefront of videos, we want to do a little live experiment here with someone who has actually never sniffed smelling salts, so that you get some kind of an idea of what it is like. So we will bring in my assistant, who does a wonderful job in preparing everything in our office, who has never smelled this in her life. Is that true, Emily? I've never smelled.
Never.
And this is not a setup, right? This is for real. Mm-hmm. We are doing this live. All right, here we go. This is ammonium carbonate or smelling salts. Give it a whiff.
Oh.
Now that was something that wakes you up. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is why you see athletes on the bench giving it a sniff, and all of a sudden they get all of this extra energy and their performance improves. This afternoon, Emily is going to perform better than she has ever performed because now she is alert. Correct?
Correct.
And so is the story of ammonium carbonate.